Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the video you've all been waiting for. I'm sure you've been hesitant and you've been trying to figure out, should I hang my license over at Real Broker or should I hang it up over at Epique Realty? In this video, we're going to go over all the things, caps, splits, fees, revenue share, stocks, benefits, culture, all those things and more. So if that's what you're looking for, make sure you stay for the full video where I give you my insights on all things Real versus Epique Realty. And with that being said, just a little caveat, of course, you probably see my logo here. I am officially a licensed agent here at Epique Realty, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my best to kind of just be honest, be real, because that's just who I am. I'm not here to try to persuade you to move over to Epique Realty. I believe that there's a brokerage for everyone. There's a brokerage, there's Epique Realty, there's Real, there's EXP, there's LPT, there's brick and mortar brokerages, there's low fee brokerages. Whatever it is for you, that's great and that's fine. But that's what I'm here. I'm here to help you make that discovery, and hopefully you'll find enough value that you'll join me here at Epique Realty. And again, this is Travis Junty. This is the Agent Collab. Make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the little notification bell. Make sure you get notified anytime we put out new content. Again, I'm a licensed agent here in the state of Michigan with Epique Realty. So if you have any clients that are looking to make a move to Michigan, I would appreciate you reaching out. All my contact information is down below. Without further ado, let's dig right into it. So when I'm doing this, I'm going to go a little bit, I'll kind of bring some graphs up here on either side. But what I'm also going to do is I'm going to kind of go into the computer, because I know some people are kind of visual. Sometimes it's easier to explain it. So I really want to kind of dive deep, but kind of give you a good understanding of the different companies and what's kind of the pros and cons of each one. Let's get right into it. So first I wanted to start out with kind of the commission splits and fees. And just right off the bat, they're both right out at 85-15 split. So 85% goes to you, 15% goes to the company until you reach, at Real is a $12,000 cap. At Epique Realty is a $15,000 cap. Just one small caveat with Epique Realty, we do have a declining cap. So each year, to reward your loyalty with Epique Realty, we do have a declining cap that goes from 15 to 14 to 13 to 12, 11, and then finally ends up at 10. So we do have a declining cap that goes down to a minimum of 10. Real at this time is only at 12,000. And each company does have a joining fee. So Real Broker at this time has a joining fee of $249 versus Epique Realty, that join fee is $99. Although Epique, we do have a monthly fee of $99 or $149 depending on how you pay it. Like I said, I'll go into more detail on that. I have other videos that talk all about that kind of stuff. So transaction fees, Epique Realty does have a 0.1% transaction fee, and that is a 0.1% transaction fee that caps at $500. So that 0.1, so if you sell a home for $600,000, it's $500. If you sell a home for $300,000, it's $300. And once that transaction fee cap reaches at $5,000, that will then go down to $250 per transaction. On the other hand, with Real, you don't have a transaction fee, but what they do have is on your first 3 transactions, you pay $750. So your first 3 transactions, you pay $250 per, and then until you meet that $750. And then once you cap, that's when you also pay a $285 transaction fee, and that $285 has a cap at $6,000, and then after that, transaction fee is then reduced. We can go into more detail on that as well a little bit later in the video. Real does also have a $30 BEOP, which is basically a broker review and policy fee. That $30 is per transaction. Real does also have a $100 transaction fee that's post elite status. So once you reach cap and then you reach that elite status, which is right around that 21 deals, which is $285 per transaction up to the $6,000. Then after that, you reach that elite status, and that goes to $100 per transaction after that. Let me just kind of show you some visuals onto the computer here that will certainly help you a little further. So here we are, Real Broker. This was updated 4 months ago. How much does it cost to hang my license with Real? We'll just kind of not look at the team plan side there, but agent plan, 85-15, 12,000 annual cap, no monthly fee, 285 transaction fee after cap, and then 125 for leases. So I was mistaken. I was thinking $100 after elite status, but it actually drops to 129. 249 sign up fee. The $750 annual brokerage fee paid for the first 3 transactions per anniversary year, the $30 BEOP fee, And you can also choose to opt in for Lofty, formerly Chime, a third-party CRM, whereas for $40 a month, whereas we do have it included with our monthly fee that we have. So, and then if we swing over to Epique Realty, $85.15, $99 or $149 a month. 0.1 transaction fee, caps at $500 per transactions. There is no other royalty, no franchise fees, no annual quarterly fees, free E&O, no hidden, no extra, $99 join fee. And then, like I said, it does have the declining cap. So if you have loyalty-based rewards, 15, 14, 13, 12, 10, 12, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. So that's real quick on that. So looking at surface value, one would probably think, hey, why wouldn't I just join Real? It's $12,000 versus $15,000. There's no monthly fees. Well, you can hang your hat on that, and that's just fine. And that might be great for some, but you gotta dig a little deeper. Think about the declining cap features. Think about the things that we have coming up. That might make a separation between Real and Epique, but again, you make that decision, not me. Let's continue on. We're going to go into the teams. So for this one, what I wanted to do is kind of jump into it first. So right now we're here at Real Broker. So what are the different team types at Real? So we do have the three basic teams, which you have the domestic team, the pro teams, and the marketing groups. Marketing groups is basically marketing group is essentially what Epique is for an unofficial team, right? So domestic team, domestic partnership, and related family members who operate as a team and share a cap. Okay, that's simple. Pro team. So the pro team, there's two different pro teams, right? So there's the pro team that has at least 2 members, but there's also the pro team that has basically mega pro team. I don't know what they actually call it, but that means you would have to have 12 agents on the team with $100 million in annual production. And for that, so the team leader would have 12,000, and then any team member would be 4,000. Otherwise, if it was just a normal traditional team, it would be team leader would be 12,000 and a team member would be at 6,000. So that's how that would work for that marketing group or unofficial team. Essentially, they're just kind of sharing information, sharing splits, or sharing leads, stuff like that. And that would be just 12,000 for all of them. So another question that always comes up: are they elite eligible? For the domestic team, is only the team lead. For the pro team, it's all members with a $12,000 real cap. So if you wanted to get the elite status, you would need to be a full capping agent. You couldn't be at the 4,000 or the 6,000. We got another little specialty with Epique that you may like. So individual agent production awards, team members only. Team leaders are not included as individuals. Eligible for team productions awards, yes. Rev share eligible, yes. The minimum split to team lead is 10%. Epique Realty, as we'll go into, would be 5%. Must have a fully executed team addendum on file. If we slide on over to Epique, we do have the traditional teams, which is, as we explained, but they have a team leader has the full cap, which is declining from 15 down to 10. The team members have a low $10,000 cap that does not decline, only $99 a month for agents, but they can earn stock awards and hit power agent status. The other part is they do get all the different benefits that we have as part of Epique Realty agents, which we'll cover a little bit more later. The team leader does have, like I said, have the company cap, ability to earn stock awards and hit power agent status, set your own splits and caps. Like I said, it's a minimum of 5% at that point. We'll go into the power teams next, right? So with the power teams, they have a low $5,000 cap for its agents, only $99 monthly for agents, ability to earn stock awards, power agent status, and half off transaction fee cap. So that's only a $250 cap. So if there's a $500,000 sale, it's only a $250 cap. Team leader has the same declining cap. One thing that's really nice here is they have a double revenue share on all level 1 recruits, if also a power award agent, which most of the time these team leaders are going to be a power award agent, with the way that they kind of split the structure up, and they have, they're producing agents, producing teams. Otherwise, you're not really going to be a power team. So, up to $15,000 in free stock, if also a power award agent, half off transaction cap, set your own splits and fees. To be a power award agent, you must have 40 million in transactions or 140 plus deals annually. So members of the power team enjoy low $5,000 cap, reduced fee of $99. And let's go back into the traditional, or not traditional, but we're going back into the family teams, right? So the family teams, what we have here is this is a two-person only family pair, married couple or family duo that work together on each deal. So that's a little different. You could be a brother and sister at that point. They do have the reduced $7,500 cap for each member, only $99 a month for each member. Ability to get stock awards. So same on that. Like I said, we're not going to go into full detail on all this stuff. Unofficial teams, it's the same, essentially the same as what we saw with the marketing group at Real. Team branding, share marketing material, no production requirements. So just a quick recap, Real, they have the traditional teams, they have the domestic team, they have the marketing group, right? So, and I guess there's two different traditional teams. Epique, you have your domestic or family team, you have your power team, you have your traditional team, and you have your unofficial team, right? So they basically essentially have the same teams. The caps work a little bit differently. One of the biggest benefits, that I saw when looking at this, right, is the bigger teams, the bigger team leaders. When you have a large team, and let's say that maybe you're not quite at 100 million in volume, maybe you don't have 12 agents. With Epique as a power team, you can have 140 deals or 40 million in volume, and you can reach that power team status. That's a big difference. And also on top of that, all your team members do get all the different benefits that we have, and they can reach the power award status. Whereas as Real, you have to have a full cap to reach that same status. You can't have the reduced minimized cap. So that's a really big difference. That's why we have a lot of teams that are coming here to Epique because of those reasons that I described above. Hey, I hope you've been enjoying the video so far. If you could real quick, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the little notification bell to make sure you get notified anytime we put out content just like this. And hey, leave a comment down below. Is there something that I missed, or maybe something that I didn't cover? Maybe I was falsifying information at Real or Epique, right? I believe I'm on track, but like I said, sometimes I'm just talking and kind of going through these notes. Sometimes you just miss something. So hey, if I miss something, call me out. Give me a call even. I don't care. We'll talk about Epique. We'll talk about my mistakes. Not a big deal. But let's keep going. So up next, we're talking about the different stock plans, the different incentives that you have for being at both Real or Epique Realty. And again, what I'm going to do first, I'm going to kind of jump into the computer because it's a little bit easier to kind of follow along. And then we'll kind of do a breakdown side-by-side analysis so you can kind of see what that looks like at each company. So how do I earn stock at Real? So this was 8 days ago. This was updated. There are 6 ways to earn equity at Real. You have the stock purchase plan, the bonus incentive, the stock award for capping, elite agent production award, elite agent culture award, and attracting shares. So anyways, you have the stock purchase plan. So can you buy stock at Real? Absolutely you can. So here's how it works. Before you cap, you have 5% of your net commission income will be invested in stock. After you cap, you will invest 10% of your net commission income in stock. In both cases, we have a maximum contribution amount. Once you hit the max contribution, you won't be able to invest your commission income into the SPP anymore. I'm not 100% sure what those maxes are, so if you know, feel free to comment down below. Something to note, shares purchased based on the closing fair market value, of course. They can opt in at any time, but they can only opt in once per anniversary. That's a real quick difference. With Epique, you have a choice at each closing to either opt in or opt out or change the percentages, so on and so forth. So that's kind of a neat little thing as well. Additionally, SPP contributions must hit an initial $250 minimum before account funds will be used to purchase stock. So there's $250 that goes as an account minimum per year. And with this stock purchase plan, what they have is a one year vesting period. This is the stock that you're purchasing has a 1 year vesting. Okay, so basically you can't sell within that first year that you get it. That's all that means. So they do have the bonus incentive. So when you put the money up here above the standard contributions before cap, after cap, then you also have the bonus incentive. So before cap, you also get a 10% bonus. After cap, you get a 20% bonus. I mean, that's a big deal. I mean, they'll reward you with bonus shares. This also has a 1 year vesting period. So you can kind of look at this example below. I'm not going to read all this. Heck, pause it if you want. Whatever works best for you. That's a lot of data that I don't feel like going over. Stock award for capping. So they do provide you stock awards. Now, mind you, in these different free awards that you get, they have a 3-year vesting period, and this is very common with all or most cloud-based brokerages. So right now they show between 11,000 and 14,000 agents, so just beware that this does change over time. I know a lot of the different fees and stuff has changed as the agents' growth has happened. Hasn't happened at Epique yet. I don't know if it will. I mean, whatever. I knock on wood, let's just hope it doesn't, but whatever. It's just things that happen as the course of life happens. So anyways, 150 shares when you reach that full cap, and so on and so forth. The Elite Agent Production Award, you do get a large sum of additional stock awarded of $16,000, which is a big deal. I mean, so you have a $12,000 cap. They do get a $16,000 production award. They also get Elite Agent Culture Reward, which is an additional stock of $8,000, which they only get if they will teach monthly topics. I don't know how that point system works or how that exactly works. All shares in this program, again, are 3-year vesting period. They do also get attracting shares, which it's spelled out down here below in the same similar format. So 75 shares for $12,000 cap also has a 3-year vesting period. As you go, you'll kind of realize one thing that I kind of like about Epique. It's just a lot clearer and straightforward. I don't know. I just like easy. Here it is, company stock. So free stock awards, get up to $15K in company stock. For the power award, fast vesting, your shares vest in as little as 36 months, which is similar. 6 ways to earn free stock. So you can get that by joining Epique, by anniversary date, recruiting an agent, selling your first home with Epique, capping, and receiving the power award. So 6 ways to earn free stock. And with those free stock, those are also, like I said, 3-year vesting period. This basically just goes into that. So we're not public company. Public is a public company, so there's no stock ticker for Epique Realty. That's one of the bonuses I feel with Epique, is not being a public company. Right now we're trading for pennies. Currently, at the time of this recording, we're at 53 cents a share. So we're buying stock at either 10 or 20% discount. As you can see here, you can buy company stock at a 20% discount using your commissions. Well, yeah, you get it at 20% discount. You can use either 5 or 10% of your commission on each sale to purchase company stock. So hopefully that quick breakdown kind of helps you in the conversation of the stocks, Real versus Epique. Real, you have your 6 different ways that they spell out for getting stock. Epique, you also have your 6 different ways, I guess technically 7, with the options, the free stock, and then the stock that you purchase. So those are the different ways that you get stock at Real Broker versus Epique Realty. Let's keep moving on. So up next, we're going to go over the Elite Agent Award versus the Power Award over at Epique Realty. So Elite Agent is basically their elite program. So basically you cap and you get 21 basically deals, which is $285 per transaction fee after cap, which meets is a $6,000 price point, which is, as of this date, that's what it is. So basically, that could equate to as little as 24 or 25 deals depending on where you live, but it can be upwards of 30, 35 plus deals depending on exactly where you live in the country. And on the other hand, Epique Realty, you can get that power award status at it's cut and dry, 24 deals plus or $10 million in volume. So I think it's a lot easier to obtain the power award status at Epique Realty, with let's say maybe you live in a rural area and it would take 35, 40 deals to get the cap or to get the volume needed, the dollar volume needed. But now you can just close 24 deals and get that power award status. Or if you're in a high price point, you can get it at the $10 million price point, right? So there's not the metrics of the cap plus X amount of deals. But what I wanted to do is kind of go into the computer and we want to break down kind of the different awards that you get as being a elite agent versus a power award agent over at Epique Realty. So again, here we'll break it down real quick. What is an elite agent over at Real Broker? So that's pay the full annual cap and generate 6,000 USD in post-cap transactions. And like I said, at this point, the post-cap transaction fee is $285, so that would be right around 21 deals. There is this other way, but I'm just not going to go into detail on that. You can certainly read that. What benefits do elite agents receive? So once you reach that, you do get awarded the $16,000 in stock. You do also get reduced post-cap transaction fee of $129. The other nice thing is elite agents are also eligible for an additional $8,000 in stock for a total of $24,000 upon completion of cultural contributions back to the entire agent populations through their Real Academy. This has a 3-year vesting period, whereas Epique, you do get the up to $15,000 in company stock for hitting a power award status. Of course, this does commensurate with your cap. So 15,000 in company stock, but if it's 10,000 or 12, whatever it is, it just matches that number. You also get double revenue share, so for all level 1 agents for a year. And just so you know, once you hit that Power Award status, let's say you hit it June 1st, you don't only get that for 6 months, you get that for a full calendar year from June 1st all the way up until May 31st. So there is no cultural requirements. We won't hold your award hostage. Reduce monthly fees down to $99. And these are the qualifications: must sell 24 plus transactions or 10 million in sales. So hopefully that gives you a little bit idea of the Real Broker versus Epique Realty, the different award statuses that you can get. Yes, at Real you can get up to 24,000 with the different cultural award benefits. Epique Realty you do get basically up to 15,000 depending on what your cap is. You do also get the double revenue share, which is a nice little bonus, and obviously the reduced monthly fee, so on and so forth. So that gives you a coverage of the different Power Award statuses. And of course, one might think, Real is a little bit better, but it all depends on what you have on your front level for recruits and stuff like that as well, because you do get the double. You do also have a little bit easier requirements to reach the Power Award status versus the elite agent. So, I mean, if you're a mega producer, maybe Real is better for you. But like I said, I do have other videos that talk about the different fee structures and how that looks. And please hold on for the benefits, because those things may or may not make you swing that decision. So next on the list is the tech stack. We'll go into the tech stack of Real Broker versus Epique Realty. I'm really not going to dive into the computer on this one. We'll make this real short. This can be exciting, maybe not exciting for each of you. I'll just maybe drop some pictures in here. But anyway, so Real Broker, you do have the option for Lofty, and that comes with the additional fee of $40. They do use SkySlope for the transaction coordination. They do have a platform called Rezen, which is kind of their mobile app, kind of their business system. They do have some other things coming down the pipe as well. I mean, I've heard about the Real Wallet and the Real Mortgage, where people can get kind of a look at their pre-approval status and stuff like that. They do also use Workplace for their kind of agent-to-agent referrals and stuff like that. Just kind of your Facebook for work. That's essentially what that is. And as far as Epique Realty on the other side, they do have Lofty. They do have the Epique Cloud, which is basically their cloud-based app. That app also works similar on the laptop. It literally looks the same thing, depending on which one you're at. We do also have Dotloop for our transaction coordination. Other free benefits that we have that are included in our tech stack, like Canva and SocialBay and Thanks.io. Coming soon, we have click offers, Redo by Base. Literally the list goes on and on for the different tech stack options that you have that are all including AI virtual staging. Look, there's a lot of stuff that's in that tech stack over at Epique Realty. Being a tech-based company and AI-driven, that Epique Realty is a real massive benefit, and of course Real will continue to bring out new things, as will Epique. So that kind of covers in brief the tech stack at Real Broker versus Epique Realty. Next up, we'll talk about the different training and mentoring over at Real Broker versus Epique Realty. So first and foremost, I mean, of course, both companies are going to have company-wide Zooms and different training sessions that you can just kind of jump on throughout the week. Both companies are going to be stacked up pretty well there. Over at Real Broker, they do have the Real Academy, where like we talked about, all these different elite agents are training these courses or teaching these courses for all different kinds of things, all about real estate, be it YouTube or Facebook marketing, things like that. I mean, really just kind of anything you could think of in regards to real estate. Whereas at Epique, well, what we do have is a couple of different things, right? So first and foremost, we do have our area leaders, or our forever mentorship, which is basically, high producing agents, team owners, brokers, things like that have been around the block in real estate, that are providing their services for free to us agents and really fostering that collaboration in-house. So that's one thing. Those are no cost. Those are no cost for you. We also do have different training, be it the Earth to Orbit training that we have with our power coach, Rob Stein. We do have, different, third-party training, like the Ryan Serhant training. We have the 360 Business Blueprint, where you learn to run your business like a business. One little thing, we also do have the free CE courses. So, I mean, if you need to have your CE courses taken care of, whether virtually or remote, or virtually or in person, we can do CE courses for you. And we are kind of growing our training program that will grow, that will continue to add those things. And I'm sure Real Broker will continue to add things. Obviously, they're continuing to add things to their Real Academy. So there is that. So, I mean, I think at either company, you're really going to have excellent training no matter where you go. One little slight edge that I kind of give to Epique Realty is that really that local mentorship, that local support that you have, that you can actually talk to a person. You can meet that person, do open houses together. You can go through contracts. That is really an added bonus. That is really kind of set Epique Realty apart, is that area leader, the mentorship side of it. So next up on the list, we're going to talk about the different benefits. And for this one, I'm actually going to jump into the computer and kind of show you the different benefits that they have. We'll do Real Broker first, then we'll jump over to Epique Realty, so you kind of have a glimpse at what we're looking at for benefits. Real Broker benefits. How do I get more information about Real Agent benefits? So I click here, Real Agent benefits. That goes into here, premium healthcare solutions for Real agents and their families. Basically, major medical health share plans. They do have different options. Where you can click through, learn more, you learn all that kind of stuff. But for what it's worth, I mean, most companies do have that. Epique has that, EXP has that. The options for health sharing is really similar in that front. So I guess we'll also include, the Real Academy into the benefits, because that is a benefit. I mean, we're talking about new courses. We got the different things that you can learn here: attraction, development, personal development, stuff like that. So the different training that you can find in there. So that's kind of the benefits that you have at Real. Sliding over here, I'm not going to spend a whole ton of time because this will honestly take forever going through all this. I have that video up here where I talk about what is Epique Realty, where I go through everything in here. Actually, not quite everything, because we keep adding things, so it makes it difficult to keep up. Anyways, daily training, lots of Zoom calls, third-party training, stuff like that. The forever mentorship, we talked about that. The free TC services. So this is a transaction coordinator from contract to close. So you have that, whether it's on the buy side, whether it's on the sell side, you do have a transaction coordinator to help you along the way. Free leads, that's buyer, seller, attraction leads. These are free. These are no cost to you. There's no splits for that. Unless it's something like Realtor.com or Prime Street, something along those lines, those will have a split, but that just comes with the company. But they do pay for your leads, so that's a big deal. Listing photos. I mean, once you want to have your listing photos taken for you, these are professional photos. I've had several listings, and I mean, they look great. I mean, they look just like you would at your other professional photos. So that's a big deal. Yard signs, they will buy and install your yard signs. So, I mean, you get the yard signs, you get the sign writer, signpost, everything's installed for you, ready to go. Click of a button from the app. CE courses, we talked about that. Free car washes, that's the splashiest thing that we have here. That's what everybody's talking about, but we have unlimited car washes for agents. Roadside assistance, breakdown, that's coming soon. Social media ads, we will run your social media ads for your listings. That's another big deal. Free listing billboards, I know nobody else is doing that. Free agent billboard, that's forever agent billboards. Headshots, free healthcare. So that's real quick. I'll just break this down. Direct primary care, free prescriptions, urgent care, mental health. You can add your kids, for a little extra money. So that's a big deal. That is basically essentially a teledoc, more or less, but that is super helpful. You can do a lot of stuff with that free healthcare. The vision insurance and dental insurance coming. That is going to be a $25 a month. It's going to be a DPO plan. You could go to a lot of different places for that. AirVet, pet insurance, this is free, this is coming. So this kind of just helps a lot of the different benefits we have. I'll just kind of scroll through this real quick. I mean, like I said, there's a lot of different stuff in here. We can spend a lot of time. Obviously, you can see where I think is a clear winner for the benefits. I think Epique Realty really is the clear winner for that. If you really start to add up those things, if you're, like we talked about earlier with the whole caps and fees and all the things like that, right? Real is lower. Yes, it is. It's at $12,000 for the first 1 through 3 years at Epique Realty, 15, 14, 13. But when you throw in those different benefits that go along with it, right? We're talking about the listing photos, the listing signs, the transaction coordinator, the billboards. Those are the things that will set you apart and will save you money in the long run for things that you're already paying for. I know a lot of people are paying, $50, $100, $200 a month for different prescriptions that are now being covered for by Epique Realty. Those things people don't think about those things. Yes, that's not for everyone, But that's a big deal. That's where the company culture really comes into play, where they're really caring about us as agents. That's what sets us apart. So next on the list, and maybe the moment you've all been waiting for, is the revenue share comparison. We're talking about Real Broker versus Epique Realty. And so real quick, again, they have 85-15. Real Broker is 5 levels deep. Epique Realty is also 5 levels deep. But for the sake of the matter, Real, the way theirs breaks down is they basically have all these different levels are total up to 15%. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So each level is, again, the top of it is 4,000, then 3,200, then 2,400, then 1,600, then 800. And that's for the max per agent per year for a capping agent. But with the caveat, what they have here is they have unlocking requirements. So you must have producing agents in your different levels to really unlock your different levels. One might say, oh, well, most people only have first and second level open, so it really doesn't matter. Well, that's far from the truth. I'm only a few months in, and I've got down to my third level already. Whereas if I was at Real, I wouldn't have anything open. And there's many other cases of agents here at Epique that have 5 plus levels open, right? But we only have 5 levels deep. So how this looks, to have tier 1, you have 1 plus producing agents. So tier 1, to really unlock anything beyond tier 1, down 2, 3, 4, 5. So unlock level 2, it's got to be 5 producing agents. The next level would be 15 producing agents, then 20, then 25. So it really takes a lot of different people to really start to unlock those different levels. Of course, I don't have the calculator out at this time. I'm not doing all these kind of crunching numbers, but I just kind of wanted to share that with you. Another thing to keep in mind is that Real Broker also does have a revenue sharing fee. So company will assess agents a $175 annual fee to participate in company's revenue share and a 1.2% fee on all revenue share payments from company to agent. Here's another breakdown. So this was prior to November 1st, and this is after November 1st. So here, tier 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here's how the unlocking works. Revenue share paid comes out of the company's portion of the commission for a transaction. As of November 1st, if the amount of revenue share that is paid to agents were to exceed 60% of the company's portion of the commission for a given month, then revenue share payments would be capped at 60% and prorated among agents before restarting the following month. Now remember here, like I said, this adds up to 15%. So that's 100% of the revenue share that's going that could potentially go. But of course, they also cap it at 60%. So they don't really tell you that when they're trying to talk about the different revenue share. So that's prorated. Revenue share will be dynamically calculated each month to ensure that the company retains at least 40% of the company dollar. Of course, there is the benefit, right? 60%, sure, it's better than 50%, that Epique Realty is, but we also know exactly what we're getting, and we're not buffering or playing with that. So, it's really just the being upfront and straightforward with that stuff that's really helpful. And another thing, like I said, with Real, you do have the option to have a co-sponsor, which means that you can have one person like myself. If I wanted to go to Real Broker, I could add 2 people as a sponsor. That's a co-sponsoring opportunity. Whereas now, for the purpose of that, a producing agent as defined below with 2 sponsors will count as 1/2 of the qualified tier 1 agents for the sponsoring agent. So those agents really aren't looking for co-sponsored agents because they only count as half a person. And again, defining of a producing agent, receive revenue share, an agent must be a producing agent. Producing agent is defined as an affiliated agent from whom the company has received at least $450 from the company's 15% share of the agent's commission in the prior 6 months. So that's basically how to unlock each tier. They have to be producing agents. So let's jump on over to Epique Realty. No frontline qualifiers. No need to build the first level to access any other level. It is 5 levels deep. Simple as that, 5 levels. 10% of the company commission on every level. No variable rates per level. It's all the same. So that being said, like I said, we're 85-15, and 50% of that is going to rev share. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50%. That's 5 levels. No levels locked, all access to all 5 levels. There is no buffering, no 1.2%, no $175, no restrictions. You don't have to be a producing agent. Nationwide attraction. And there's a compare calculator, but I believe this has got to be updated, so I'm not going to jump into that because it doesn't show the recent changes of Real Broker. So, holy cow, we made it to the end. I appreciate you guys hanging out because, like I said, I was considering Real Broker. I came from EXP. I was considering Real. I was considering Epique. Once Epique opened up in my state, it was a no-brainer. And for those reasons why I did that was, for one was the opportunity for a really growing company. Of course, they are both growing. They're both seeing massive growth. But with Epique being a private company trading for penny stocks, that was one opportunity with the stocks. Obviously Real is low as well. But also with the just the straightforward company with the revenue share. I mean, there was no unlocking requirements. I mean, you don't need to be recruiting for life, because with Real, I mean, ultimately you need to be a producing agent, and you need to have producing agents in your quote unquote downline, right, to be able to receive agents to receive commission or receive payouts from those agents further down your line. That I just didn't really like all the different little roadblocks to get your revenue share and really start to build that passive wealth. And the other thing was, there really wasn't much difference. Like I said, I came from EXP and Real. The only really difference that they had was a couple of things, right? One of them obviously was the lower cost. It is definitely lower cost to be at Real versus EXP Realty. There's no doubt. But the other thing with Real is, they don't have like that silo mentality, which Epique doesn't have that silo mentality either. But literally, they have in their ICA, you can't sponsor an agent and promise anything of value to be a sponsoring agent at Real. That's really a nice thing, and they do have obviously the Real Academy and all the different trainings. But beyond that, they didn't really change a whole lot. I mean, they don't have the monthly fee unless you get lofty. But beyond that, they didn't really have anything else. Whereas Epique, they have all these different benefits that not only help you run your business, but also help you run a healthy lifestyle. Those are the things that really were a difference maker for me. So when I'm talking to agents, and when I consider myself, it just makes it a no-brainer when it comes to deciding one thing versus the other. As long as you're not just looking at straight up at the sticker of $12,000 versus $15,000 for your first year, that's going to make a big difference. Yeah, no doubt. But you got to look at the bigger picture to really understand what the true value is. That being said, whatever you do is fine with me. I would love to have that conversation with you to see if Epique Realty is the place for you. Again, this is Travis Jonty with the Agent Collab. All my contact information is down below. Reach out anytime. Until next time, we'll see you on the Agent Collab. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and notification bell anytime so you can get notified anytime we put out new content. I appreciate it. Peace. I'm out.